The Golden Teardrop, Part 1. Radagast speaks, his voice hushed as if someone might overhear.
My dear listener, do not be startled. Tonight, before the hearth grew cold and the wind rattled the ancient panes, my faithful messenger arrived. He moved as softly as a moth, his cloak heavy with rain and dust, his eyes glittering with that familiar, guilty mischief that I have long come to recognize. He carried no escort, no heralds, no parchment stamped with royal seals. And yet, in his hands he bore something far more dangerous than any sword or edict. A fragment of history, whispered in shadow, a relic of terror and secret knowledge. From his satchel he drew forth a parchment wrapped in blackened cloth. Its edges were frayed, the leather scorched and brittle. The very air around it seemed to thrum with something unseen, a subtle vibration that pricked my senses and raised the hairs along my arms. He pressed it into my hand before vanishing again into the night, leaving me alone with nothing but the silence of stone and the weight of this trembling scroll. Yes, it is our secret, his and mine. Even the King of Gondor does not know of this ritual. I should report it. I should burn it immediately, yet the lure of forbidden knowledge is stronger than my virtue, and the temptation of the words within is greater than my prudence. For this parchment was not penned by any scribe of Gondor, nor by the hand of a servant. Its markings are harsh, jagged, and dark with malice. Yet there is a resonance within them, a power that persists even through the ages. The messenger whispered as he pressed it into my palm, almost too softly for my ears. It was found in the ruins of Barad-dûr. And so I tremble, my dear listener, for I hold in my hands the words of the Dark Lord himself, his own confession, his own memory, his script written in fire and ash, stained with the essence of his soul. Perhaps it is madness to read them aloud. Perhaps it is folly, and yet I am old, and old men grow reckless. My bones remember battles long past, and my mind aches for the knowledge of things unseen. And so I shall read the words of Sauron.
The voice shifts deeper, as if Sauron himself speaks through the words.
I remember the heat. I remember the forge. Mount Doom's veins bled fire for me, and I drank it like wine, inhaling the sulfur and iron as though it were the very breath of life. The hammer in my hand was not merely metal, it was an extension of my will. The molten gold obeyed me, bending and twisting with every thought, every command. From the depths of my malice, from the furnace of my hatred, I shaped the One.
Radagast interrupts softly, as if speaking to himself.
The sheer audacity to craft a ring from the fires of hell itself, and yet even then there is exhaustion, even for a Maya.
But when the ring was born, gleaming like a star fallen into fire, I discovered a truth that no forge, no hammer, no fire had ever taught me. Creation exhausts. I was drained, even I, Sauron the Great, once servant of Aule, hammerer of stars, shaper of mountains, emptied by this act. Into that circle I poured not only my strength, but my essence, my being, my desire to dominate and to endure. Every thought, every breath, every shred of me flowed into that golden circle. And when the ring was done, I found that I had miscalculated. There remained in my crucible a single droplet of gold, a fragment too small to shape into anything of use, too stubborn, too potent to dissolve into the ring. A single golden tear.
Radagast pauses to take a quick look behind his shoulder. The shadows seem to grow longer.
A tear. Strange that he would call it so. And stranger still that he would preserve it, hide it, when it shone with a light that made his own malice recoil.
At first I thought to cast it aside. Why should the Lord of Gifts care for such a trifle? Yet as I studied it, I felt a resonance. For though the ring drank deeply of my malice, that last drop contained something else. It was the remainder of me, the shard of what I had once been, Maya of the people of Aile, shaper of forms, lover of order and structure, of beauty for its own sake. There was in that droplet not only dominion, but wisdom, not only cruelty, but a memory of gentleness, not only iron, but mercy. I despised it.
Radagast whispers to himself.
Weakness. Even he recognized it, and yet he could not destroy it.
For it was weakness, and weakness I had sworn must be scoured from me. Yet destruction of that kind lies beyond the forge. A maker cannot unmake the essence he has drawn forth. So I sealed it, cooled it in darkness, until it shone with a light that sickened me, that reminded me of all I had lost, of all I had rejected. I'd buried it deep, deep within a cavern known only to me, shielded by stone, shadow, and the weight of my own loathing. Thus was born my hidden shame, the golden tear.
Radagast is shocked. Could this mean...
Even Sauron, the cruel, the merciless, contained within him the echo of something nobler. Did he fear it? Did he despise it because it reminded him of what he had lost? Or because it reminded him of what he might have been, had he chosen differently?
When at last I bore the ring upon my finger, the tear's presence was unbearable. The ring magnified all that was dark within me, and the tear's light contrasted my shadow in ways that shamed me. It mocked me, It whispered of what I had abandoned: harmony, beauty, service uncorrupted, creation for its own sake. I cursed it with every fiber of my being, and yet I did not destroy it. For though I loathed its light, I understood that in its survival lay my final safeguard. Should the ring ever be broken, should the vastness of my malice ever be scattered, then this tear, though I hated it, might endure, a vessel, a shadow of me, preserved in gold.
Radagast interrupts, almost whispering.
Here lies the heart of his plan. He despised it, yes, yet he cherished it. Not for its goodness, no, but for its endurance, its stubborn survival. It was his last gambit, his final trick against the justice of the West.
And so it is hidden, my treasure and my torment. The world believes me indivisible from the ring. Fools! I am more cunning than they imagine. The ring is my might, yes, but the golden teardrop is my remnant, my echo, my last snare against the doom of the Valar. If the ring falls, I will fall. Yet through the gold teardrop I may linger, and through lingering I may rise again.
Radagast lowers his voice for a moment.
So, this is how the tale begins. Not with the forging of the one, as the great songs tell us, but with a single forgotten drop of gold, hidden in shadow, the tear that even the Dark Lord despised. But what became of it when the ring was unmade? Did his spirit truly perish in the west wind, or did it crawl, broken and bleeding, toward that tear, clutching at it like a drowning man at driftwood? I must read on. Yes, I must, though I fear what words will follow.
My dear listeners, the candle burns low, and the hour has grown late. I thank you, truly, for keeping me company in these shadowed halls. You see, I am but a new keeper in this library, my hands still clumsy among these parchments, my voice still learning how best to carry such heavy tales. Yet I promise you, with time and patience, I shall grow better at this craft, and my words will flow more steadily, like the river Anduin under moonlight. Tell me, what do you think of such an alternative tale? Does it stir your thoughts or trouble your dreams? I am eager to know what lingers in your minds after walking these dark paths with me. If my rambling has pleased you, I humbly ask for your kindness, a mark of approval, a sharing of this tale, perhaps even your pledge of subscription, so that we may walk these roads together again. For this, my friends, is but the first chapter. The second part awaits, deeper still and darker. So until we meet again, guard your hearts, and remember that the shadows we fear most often lie within ourselves. Good night.